This is Dr. Sam Benjamin. How you doing? And I am at I'm here in Scottsdale, Arizona, where I live, with my favorite person who services my car from Power Ford, which has been really good to me. I thought I'd give him a little plug. We're in the parking lot in the service area of the dealership, and in just a moment I'm going to explain to you why that's so important. It has to do with allergy time. This is allergy season, the spring, whether it's here in Arizona or elsewhere in the United States. Allergens, those pollens, are flying all around the place, making people cough and wheeze and sneeze and get red eyes. And one of the questions is, what can you do about it? One of the things to do is to be sure that you put, it could be anything, a little bit of petroleum jelly or something like that, inside the nostril of your nose, just around the edge. You can use a Q-tip if you're squeamish. And the result is that the allergens get caught in the Vaseline. There's also a homeopathic remedy that has that same kind of stickiness to it that can be used to catch the pollen as it comes in. It doesn't eliminate the pollen, but it sure helps with it helps decrease the amount of pollen that's getting in. I like the herb butterbur. Butterbur is very, very useful during the allergy time, and so I kind of recommend that as well. And there are numerous homeopathic remedies that you might discuss with your physician or that you might check online that are very, very helpful for allergies before you have to use the classic antihistamines like Claritin or whatever. Those non-sleepy remedies, for me, make me sleepy anyway, so it's not something that I can do when I'm in practice. I also like X-Clear, X-C-L-E-A-R. It's a nasal spray with salt water and normal saline, and it has xylitol, the sugar, and I have found that to be very, very helpful during the allergy season. But there's something else. You know, I've mentioned in the past that when you're riding in your car, the environment in your car is more concentrated than the environment outside. That means that pollens are concentrated in your car. You're riding to work, you're going in between places, you're wondering why you're sneezing. One of the reasons is the increased concentration of pollens. And so I have asked Mike Quinton to talk to us a little about indoor air filters in cars. I have one in my car, a Ford Fusion, which, by the way, I love. And I want you to know about them. And Mike, does it make a difference having them in the car?
It does. It does, absolutely. Most people know that they've got an engine air filter in the vehicle that protects and filters the air as it comes into the engine.
Yes.
Most people don't know is about half of the vehicles that Ford has on the road also have a cabin filter or a pollen filter, or some people like yourselves might know it as a HEPA filter. What that does is that just filters the air that's being drawn into your cabin that you breathe, and it filters it in the same way that your engine air filter protects the air coming into your engine. It eliminates contaminants and keeps from having engine wear as a result of everything come in. Kind of like your nose, if you don't have anything to protect it, you're just going to breathe in all those pollens and cause yourself to sneeze.
Does it really filter that much? I know you brought something to give us an example.
It does. It does. I've got a little.
Look at this. This is amazing.
Little prop here that Ford gives us to demonstrate air filters and engine air filter. You see a clean one here and a dirty one there. The dark color represents everything that it's pulled out of the air and kept from going into your engine. The bottom one is a cabin air filter sample. White's perfectly clean. That's how it comes out of the box when we put it in your car. Down here, it's just as dark, and it even collects a lot of the tree debris that you see from some of the desert trees, keeps it from getting into your car and dirtying it as well. But all that darkness represents pollen and dirt and dust that it kept from getting into the car and having you breathe.
Thank you. Here's the point. The point is, when you're buying a car, be sure you ask if it has a cabin filter, and if not, you might want to ask for one. The difference in cost isn't that much to begin with, is it really?
No, not really. And a lot of the vehicles, even if it's not equipped with a cabin filter, have a spot for it to be put in. With tax out the door, for us to do it in most vehicles is $65 or less, depending on the model.
Think about the amount of suffering you have during the springtime and whether it's worth that for you. And you have to replace them periodically, is that right?
Yeah, we check them about every 15,000 miles to make sure that they're not restricted enough to cause issues with air flowing into your vehicle.
Do you have to replace them, or do you have to, or can you clean them?
You can blow them out if they're a little bit dirty, but most of the time, by the time they get to us and we check them, they're dirty. They need to be replaced.
If you're riding in your car and you're sneezing, like happens to me, sometimes so bad I have to pull over on the side of the road, you might want to be thinking about whether or not your car has a cabin filter? If not, can you put one in? And when you're getting a new car, you might want to be sure to ask. So there's a number of things you can do during the allergy season that can make an incredible difference. I suggest you consider them, and I wish you a great springtime.